Cutie Pies, I am Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps, The Young and the Restless edition. Today is Wednesday, September the 13th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give this one a 7. I'm going to give it a solid 7. I actually enjoyed it. Let's get into it. So, okay, first of all, we see Sharon and Chance talking, right? So they're just you know how couples do. They're just chit chatting and up. And Summer comes up because, she's back in town and she sees Chance and she speaks to him and she's just like, "Oh, hi Chance. It's so nice to see you." Um and of course she speaks to Sharon and everything as well, and she just tells them that she's in a much better place after everything that's happened, and she thanks Chance for all of the support he gave her through all of these, the last few months. She thanks him for all of the support, but she's in a better place, and of course they're happy for her. So her and Chance are chit-chatting it up, and Sharon looking like, but anyways, so they start talking about, the business and how Nick and Sharon are going to start working together again. He's actually on the East Coast now. Then Sharon mentions that she's going to be going to the West Coast. And so Summer was like, "Oh, so you're going to be taking care of the West Coast business?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Ooh, mm-mm." So then Chance comes up and he says he's going up for a position at the police department. I can't remember what it was. Was it commissioner or something of that nature? But he's going up for it. And she was like, they were both like, "Oh my gosh, that's so great." And so then Chance tells Sharon, "I can take you to the airport before you leave," because he's in a relationship with Sharon. He really has not shown any signs that he sees Summer other than just being her supportive friend. That's the only thing we see with him. And so she was like, "Oh," Sharon was like, "No, no, you don't have to do that." He said, "I want to." And she was like, "Well, thank you for that." So Summer had already left or whatever. Well, she was leaving. So Sharon and Chance, they leave. And I said, "I don't want to be ugly." And I'm not saying that it's in a bad thing. But has Sharon been looking a little frumpy lately, the way they got her dressing? It's not the Sharon, like normally, I don't know. I didn't like the dress she had on today. I don't know. It's something. I don't know. Something wasn't right today. And it hasn't been right the last few days. Now, I like the new and improved Sharon as far as her personality, but it's like they downgraded. Maybe I've only been looking at her from the top up. So now she's been out and about, and it's like they downgraded the way she dresses and how they're doing her makeup and hair. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think, because I might be reading too much into it. But anyways, so Summer is thinking back to all of the times Chance has been very supportive of her. So I don't know, child. And I said, "Girl, you better tell your mama you don't want Kyle, you want somebody else." But we'll see how this goes. I am intrigued by this storyline. Um, I'm intrigued by it. So let's move on. So then we see Adam is at Crimson Lights, and he's just there like chilling. Really that's all he's there. He's and Esther giving him an earful about the type of person he is. And I get it. But as a fan of like if you're an Adam fan, you get tired of people constantly just ragging on him all of the time. Like he never gets a break. Anyone who sees them, they go right in on him. Like even Esther, like, "Ma'am, just get this man his coffee and leave him alone. He didn't ask you for all this." And then here comes Nikki, and she wants to speak with Adam, and he tells her, "Okay." And so she says, "I don't know what plan you got, but you knock it off, because I'm here to protect my husband and my family, and I know you haven't changed." He tells her he wants another chance. She says, "I'm warning you, you got 24 hours to drop whatever you're gonna do, or I will destroy your life. I will make sure the people who care about you destroy those relationships that you have with them and all that." I said, "Girl, you couldn't even handle Diane." I mean, let's be honest. You and Ashley were the weak links in the plan to take Diane down. The only person that did something was Phyllis, and y'all left her high and dry. But anyway, so that's that. And then I said, "Nikki, girl," because she told him, "Leave the family alone and leave Victor alone. Stay away." And And that's pretty much what that was. And then he goes back inside, and Esther's like, he says he's willing to prove to himself that he's changed. And she said, well, by going somewhere else. I said, okay, that's enough for Esther today. Let's move on. So then we go to Devon and Mariah were there. Honorable mention, they were there. So then Abby has been talking to Tucker, so she wants to know what he did to her mom, and he said, "I ain't do nothing to your mama." Honestly, you need to call your mom and see why she not picking up. Y'all know Ashley goes away. And so he says, we were on our honeymoon and I didn't do anything to her. Like, she the one that broke my heart. She the one that can't do anything. He says, so if you have questions for her, questions you need to ask your mom, and you and all the Abbotts stay away from me. And Abby just would not let it go. You did something. It's you. And I said, girl, leave this man alone. Like, leave him alone. You go find your mama, because he can't tell you nothing. He not telling you anything. Just go find your mama. And so she ends up leaving, and she goes in on Mariah and Devon, and they were like, Mariah checks on Ari, and Devon is like, what's the matter? And she said, Tucker did something to my mom. I know it was him. He said it was him. He has the heartbreak and all that, but I know it was him. He said, what else he say? She said, he told me that I and all the Abbotts need to stay away from him. I said, girl, okay. So I don't know. That's it with them. So then we go over here and we see Nate and Audra talking, and she said, "Oh, why you look so happy?" He said, "Because Nick declined that offer to be co-CEO." And she said, "Okay." She said, "Oh, wait, Nikki's still doing Newman Media. That means there's a spot open as the co-CEO. Oh, so you think you about to get it?" And she said, "I'm telling you now, don't even get your hopes up for it, because as long as you will never, you're not a Newman, you are not a Newman, and you'll never get that top spot. You know, like, stop it." And he was like, Victoria has a lot of trust in me, and Victor took my recommendations and all this other stuff. And she was like, Leah, you better have a plan B, because the Newmans only want you as long as they need you and everything. And he said, why you being like this? Like, we always support each other. And she said, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so then they're talking, and Tucker comes down, and he said, "What, y'all always together? It's sickening." And they said, well, because we're friends. And he says, friendship would mean trust and all that, and you shouldn't trust anybody. They could see Tucker in a bad way. But Nate gets a text message from Victoria, so he has to leave. And Audra's like, what is going on, Tucker? Like, what's going on with you and Ashley? And he don't really say anything, but he just tells her, I'm just, I don't know, because he had told them, he's not destructive yet. And Audra just tells him, listen, go somewhere, go to an island, go meditate, go do something. Because when you get like this, you get angry, you do things that you regret later on. So just chill out. And so, she said, whether you like it or not, I am your friend, no matter how you treat me. And so he kisses her on the cheek and he leaves, right? He upstairs, he about to text Ashley, then he stops, and then he gets a knock on the door. Baby, I thought it was Devon. Uh-uh. It's Audra. I said, y'all got the weirdest little relationship, but I like it. I don't know why I like it. I do though. I love their relationship. So she come in, and I said, what y'all about to do? He kisses her on her forehead. They don't even say anything to each other. He kisses her on her forehead, and then they start kissing. I said, oh, girl, I thought you was loving you some Kyle. I thought you wanted Nate. Really, she acting like she really just want Tucker, because no matter what happens, he can always pull her back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. But that's what she acted like. So I don't know, child. We'll see what happens from there. So then, well, who else are we talking about? So Nikki. Okay, wait, no. Before Nikki comes in, Victor is talking to Victoria, and when he is talking to Victoria, he is letting her know. She tells him Nick is gonna come back to the company, so we need to put somebody in the co-CEO spot. And he said, he was like, oh, I guess you already know who you want. She said, Nate, he's done an excellent job. I said, girl, you don't learn. You do not learn. You just did this with Ashlyn, putting him in the spot. Now you want to put Nate in the spot. And he said Nate has a high powered position as as COO. why he need co-CEO? And she said, because he's one done really well, daddy, and all that. And I said, all right, girl. And she said, he said, Nate ain't doing it. Nate's not going to be in this spot, I tell you that. And she said, well, then who? And please don't tell me you're bringing Adam back. He said, no, I'm bringing Adam back, but he going to work from the bottom up. He going to earn his stripes like you did. And she said, then what are your plans with Adam, daddy? And who do you plan on putting in this spot? And he said, I'm taking the CEO spot. You're going to be my co-CEO. Honestly, I thought co-CEO, that sounded like the same position, but I guess CEO, then co-CEO, then COO. I said, well, y'all just making up stuff. Y'all just making up stuff. People who did that whole, let's do CEO, okay, then co-CEO, then COO to the co-CEOs and CEO. Y'all just making up stuff to give people some position with power and a big payout. So, anyways, he said, I'm coming back. But you ain't never been gone. And he said, you're going to run the day to day. I said, this is what it's been, anyways. Victor has been the CEO even when he said he had stepped back and Victoria was running the show. She never really ran the show. She always had to talk to him about the big decisions, anyways, and get his approval. So, ain't nothing changed, but Victoria got hot tailed mad. She was angry, and I said, girl, it's not that deep. You still got a position. Well, I guess if you looking at the corporate, it's embarrassing. So she was like, I can't believe you did this. All I've ever did was give you loyalty and trust and this. I said, girl, you know how many things he've had to take you out because you got involved with some kind of man or something. You should have never got that back when you did all that with Ashlyn. Anyways, you should have never got this position back. And so she just tells him, I can't believe you did this. And she's really upset with her daddy. And so she leaves. And she takes Nate. And that's who he went. She meet him outside at the club at the lounge area. And he was like, what's going on? Or the bar or something area. And he was like, what's going on? And she said, daddy, it's daddy. Father. He's demoted me. He said, what? She said, yes, I'm going to be the co-CEO and he's going to be the CEO. And he said, what are you going to do? She said, I don't know. I can't think when I'm like, in anger or whatever. I don't want to make any drastic decisions in anger. And he said, yeah, that's right. And then she looked at him and I said, okay. So she went on up in that room with Nate. I said, I guess this will relax her mind. I don't know, child, but she went in the room with Nate and she told him after they got done, I'm not gonna let my father. I'm not gonna go down without a fight or whatever. And he was like, all right. So that's that with them. So then we go back over to Newman. Now her mama had came in, Nikki had came in right as Victoria was storming out. And so Victor tells Nikki what he did. And she said, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this. And she said, why didn't you tell me? And he said, I didn't tell you because you would have ran and told Victoria. She said, no, you know I wouldn't have told her. He said, yes, you would have. You would have ran and told her to give her a heads up and everything. To give her a heads up and everything. And so that's why I didn't tell you. He said, plus it's my company, like he told Victoria. I don't care how y'all feel about it. I don't care how y'all feel about it. It's my company and I can do what I want to do with it. And so she says, well, what's going to happen now? And then Adam comes in at this point. I said, I knew it. I knew as soon as Nikki told him stay away and all that. I said, Adam going to tell his daddy. So Adam comes in and he tells Victor, there's a misunderstanding between Nikki and I want to get cleaned up. She rolled her eyes and she looking like, oh, I can't stand him because she knew like you about to tell what we just because she went behind Victor's back and she know he don't like that. She know Victor don't like that. He's gonna be upset. And so he told her that no matter what she says, I'm not afraid of you. I said, I know that's right. You can't threaten me. He said, I'm not afraid of you. And you can't intimidate me. And he says, I'm going to prove to you that I'm trying to change for the betterment of the family. So he said, Dad, I'm at your service. Tell me what you need. And so Victor said, Victor like that right there. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got for you. That was The Young and the Restless today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soap, The Young and the Restless edition. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.